Very happy evening, morning, afternoon to everybody in the YouTube channels and Facebook video and who are live here with us in the webinar. Myself, Dr. Shirin Kulkarni, I'm signing in from Espoo, Finland, and we have currently chilly weather, so -21. Welcome to Finland, but we are welcoming you with a warm heart. So, my pleasure to welcome you all. And today we are going to talk exclusively about our symposium that is planned on 7th and 8th May 2026 and the most awaited CCE awards. So, I welcome you all and let me share my screen now. Great. So, I will just start presenting it. Wonderful. Just my team, please confirm me that you can see the screen and me as well.
Yes, Shirin.
And is the screen very much like good visible or like you can read the slides or it is small?
It's a little bit small, but I think it's quite visible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. So what are we going to do this evening? So as you can see on the slide of the agenda, we will talk a little bit about what are the CCE Finland awards and why the awards in first place. Second thing, we will just go through a quick overview for the last year's award ceremony and conference a bit to give you an idea that what actually happens when we get together in Lahti and in the beautiful campus of Lut. Then we have the presence of our honorable awardee from last year, Mr. Ramakrishnan Ramamurthy. So I will invite him to share his experience of the event last year and how did this award help him or what is the importance of this award in his life. So he is with us already. So welcome Mr. Ramki to the webinar once more. And then after that, my colleague Simi will explain more about the award categories. And then we will explain you what is the application process and how you can nominate yourself or anybody else you want to. So first thing first, I would like to welcome these people who have joined us today from 14 different countries. And it has been my pleasure to interact with them. So these are the countries as you can read from here. So we have people joining us in from United States, Malaysia, Pakistan, Mexico, Turkey, India, Nigeria, Armenia, United Arab Emirates, Tanzania, Spain, Portugal, and Albania. And of course, as you know, our YouTube channel is highly subscribed. So more than 82,000 people would watch our webinar sooner or later. So I know that in today's era, time is the most precious thing, and you are sharing your time with us, which means a lot to me as personally as well as to CCE. So thank you once again. And we will have a Q&A time at the end of the webinar for about 10 to 15 minutes. So we will answer your questions then. But till that time, I expect your attention here. So a kind request to put your small mobile phone away from you and keep it on mute so that you will not get disturbed and distracted during the webinar. So what are the CCE Finland awards and why we give those? So first, let me tell you that Council for Creative Education, as you have been surfing about us, hearing about us, reading our LinkedIn posts. So we are Council for Creative Education. So we definitely value the creativity in education like what I can say as the core of the education. And that's why when we started working in the field of creative education, we started meeting teachers, educators, leaders from different schools and institutes and universities. And we saw that what fantastic work they are doing. And what is missing is the inspiration. So sometimes, if you are doing a lot of work, but you are not getting appreciated enough for that, then you might lose your motivation at some point in time. So we wanted to identify such individuals, such organizations, institutes, schools who are doing phenomenal, fundamental work to bring creativity into their classrooms. And that's why we decided that we want to honor such individuals, institutions, organizations on the platform of Council for Creative Education. As you all know, Finland is known for the creativity and newness and innovation in the education system. It is considered so far as the best education system in the world. So, what makes it best is, of course, the autonomy given to the teachers and the appreciation that the educators receive here. So, we thought, why not to spread the happiness and inspiration to everybody in the world? As we all know, Finland has been on the list first, on the first rank for the world's happiness index. So we decided to spread this happiness to all across the world of education. And that's how we started the CCE Finland Awards. So what are these awards? Is that you get receive a wonderful trophy and you receive a very wonderful certificate, and the most important thing is the recognition for your work that you have been doing for decades, and you have been spreading the awareness about various aspects of education rather than focusing only on content. And that matters a lot to us and to the world of education. So this is about what are CCE awards. So what is like the theme for the 13th symposium? As you might have browsed our website already, the theme for the 13th symposium is reimagining learning, AI, creativity, and the future of education. So here we are not only looking at the technology aspect of artificial intelligence, but we want to see how creativity is blended with the artificial intelligence, and is artificial intelligence actually going to kill the creativity, or it is going to assist the creativity? And what are the ethics in using artificial intelligence? Because nowadays we are uh, getting to hear these kind of things, that what is the exactly happening in the field of ethical use of artificial intelligence in the field of education, let it be universities, let it be schools, because we cannot really stop AI, but we can use it to the best for our own progress. So that's the main quest of this education, of this conference, and how it is going to lead us towards the future of education, how the future looks like, how different it will be, and what we can see from the lens of uh, various cultures and various societies, and how we want to address the future of education. So that is the theme of the 13th symposium. But now I would like to give you the glimpse of what happened actually in our 12th symposium. So the 12th symposium highlights is that it happened in the LUT University. LUT stands for Lapinranta University of Technology, and we have been hosting our symposium in collaboration of Lapinranta University of Technology for last 3 years, and they have a beautiful campus in Lahti. Um, Ramki sir has been there and he has visited the beautiful campus, so maybe he will also share something about that in his address. So we conducted this 2 days symposium there on 8th and 9th of May 2025 in a wonderful auditorium. You can see that this photograph is from that auditorium. And we had the privilege of hosting educators, researchers from 19 different countries. So this is the statistics for those who love the numbers. So we had 80 plus participants from 18 plus different countries, and total 8,560 plus online visitors. 19 papers were selected and presented, 7 workshops were conducted, 4 keynote speakers delivered their speeches, and the highlight of the 2 day ceremony was the CCE award. It was conducted in the evening, and it was graced by um, many different distinguished delegates, like for example the His Excellency Ambassador of India to Finland, Mr. Hemant Kotlwar, was our honor of guest for the evening. Then the Lahti city representatives were there to meet and greet our participants, the international participants. So we had a blast last year doing that, and I will show you some pictures also. Maybe I need to change the way I'm presenting it a bit. So just allow me one moment. So I think you will be able to see it bit better, the pictures. Okay. So this is these are the pictures that from last year's symposium. You can see many country flags are there and many people coming together, and we are clicking their photos. You can see the presentation photos. You can see the awardees standing with their trophies. And we had a nice gathering of educators from different countries with different kind of backgrounds also. They were not only from schools, but they were from corporate sector, they were from edtech companies, and they were from various kinds of different fields, various NGOs, and most important thing that they all were like innovators. So they innovated something and they presented it to us. The paper presentation covered a wide range of topics within the educational leadership, which was the theme for last year. And these were the keynote speakers last year, like Colonel Professor Dr. Edward Roy Krishnan, and who delivered a beautiful speech about twin forces of change, psychology and education, debunking misconceptions about equity and equitable education. And then we had the honors of hosting Professor Pekka Nettanmäki, who is the UNESCO chair, and he gave the strategic address. We had Professor Heikki Lyttinen from LUT, and he talked about the education leadership for the future. And Professor Jari Hämäläinen from LUT, he talked about the reflections and forward-looking statement. So this is just, I'm not going to take you through all the presentation titles, what was there, but it is just to give you an idea that though we had the topic of education leadership, and we also had like about 10 topics, subtopics were given under that, but people were very creative and innovative to find their own niche in that, and they conducted these different kinds of presentations there. So for example, there was also a paper presentation for the AI augmented research already in the last year, because we know that AI was already has been there now for quite long. But you can see that the teacher as creative pedagogical leader was one of the favorite topic. Many people talked about that, and because it was all related to leadership, various aspects of leaderships were considered. This was a this was a presentation that I remember still, was by Julie Lindsay, Professor Lindsay, and she presented about the leadership for online global collaborative learning and all that jazz. So it was like beautifully interwoven with the musical aspect and how those concepts can be used in the collaborative learning. So these are the photos of our wonderful presenters, and there were discussions about the STEAM and rethinking of the teacher's role beyond the passive learning. So we had paper from Israel then, and of course, like as I said, many different countries. And then we came to the important part of workshops. So as I already explained, there were 7 different workshops were conducted throughout these 2 days. And similarly, we will have the design for our upcoming symposium is that we have parallel sessions for paper presentation and parallel session of workshops, and people choose to which workshop they want to go, which they want to attend. And we also publish a abstract book or a book of abstract, and we also use another kind of LMS or a platform where we update and upload all the workshop titles and all the abstracts for the workshops as well as for the papers. So people already read that what kind of papers are going to be there, what kind of workshops are going to be there. So they already make a choice. So we give them enough time so that they can go and attend various kinds of workshops and paper presentations. So these were the workshops last year that we could host, and all workshops received very wonderful audience. You can see the photos of our presenters who are conducting their workshops and presenting their papers. And the highlight was this CCE Finland award ceremony. We started delivering these awards from last year. So that was the first time that we conducted the CCE Finland Excellence Awards. And these awards were, like as I explained, were introduced to recognize the individuals and organization doing exceptional work in the field of education. We have a jury of 10 members, and it's an international jury. So there are people from Finland as well as from other countries. And we received over 150 nominations last year, and we gave the awards to 16 people, 16 honorable members, and from across the globe. So we thoroughly enjoyed that evening, and these are the awardees, the names you can read. So there were it was all a mix of various kinds of organizations, corporate trainers, and corporate companies, as well as teachers who have innovated their own methods of teaching. So there is also a category of lifetime achievement award. When my colleague will come online, she will give you more information about the categories. But these are the people and organizations who receive these awards. But now, before going to the practicalities of awards, I would like to call upon Mr. Ramakrishnan Ramamurthy. We fondly call him Ramki sir. So, sir, are you ready to share your experiences
Sure.
with us? So, Mr. Ramki was awarded last year for his phenomenal work in the field of training of leadership that he provides to the teachers and to the school leaders. He has a vast experience from the corporate sector. He has been working with big shots in the corporate industry. So, sir, I would like you to quickly introduce yourself a little bit so that people know that to whom they are hearing, and then I would request you to narrate your experience, like what you that you attended the symposium last year, those 2 days, and especially how CC award is like valuable to you, and what did you get out of that. Thank you so much. The floor is all
Thank you.
yours.
Thank you, Shireen. Happy evening to all who are virtually connected today. Very wonderful to connect with all of you. First of all, my sincere thanks to CCE, especially to Mr. Heram as well as Shireen, who have been working on relentlessly on making the Finland education and making their footprints across the world globally. I think they made a tremendous amount of positive impact as individual, as a team, as an organization. I wish them all the very success, and you're really doing a very positive contribution to the community, the way the education can be taken forward. First of all, it's a real pleasure to be here with the CCE Finland community, receiving the Corporate Trainer Award last year. Little about me: I have been in the industry over 55 years, and post my retirement last year. About a couple of years, I've been working on with educational institutions, which is my passion. As part of the CSR, I've been on the board of the GMR on the CSR committee, which the purpose of the CSR, corporate social responsibility, they are into health, education, and also into the bal bodies, what we call it as underprivileged community, to serve them. So I was a part of the board with chairman's office, continue to be on the board, and that gave me a very impact. We need to do something about the education system because it is getting digitalized and moving away, but without losing the core values and the moral and ethics. How do we impact really the teachers? Teachers are not just teachers, they need to be leaders. So I have designed a program which I've been delivering it for the last 3 years to some major schools in South India, and which I designed and I deliver the content about teachership to leadership. And over 300 educationals, right from principals, vice principal, headmasters, senior teachers, junior teachers, we now undergoing these programs. It's a more a hand-holding process to change their mindset. It's not only change, it transform their mindset to unearth their potential, and how they can, by changing themselves, how they can change the way they teach to children, because children are today more knowledgeable than anybody because their exposure to knowledge and the websites and the internet is very high. So information is not a scarce today, but how this information has to be, the knowledge needs to be converted, because knowledge by itself is no use. How do you really convert the knowledge into applying the knowledge to become a wisdom? We all know tomato is a fruit, not to use in the fruit salad is the wisdom. So how do we really separate? So the teachers just do not teach the academics, but teach the values, morals. For that to happen, they have to change themselves. So the first starting point for the teachers is to how they lead themselves before leading others, before leading the students. How can lead themselves? If you cannot lead yourself, you can't lead others. So my program really is preparing them for the leadership, not only just from teachership, look at like a higher sense of purpose. And the teaching should make an impact, moving the students from living a life to leading a life. First of all, they have to start doing it. I think this is where I got in touch with CCE, and I've been the first. The program I went through was in September 24. Subsequently, another program I went through in May 25, and I was part of the one of the paper presentation in the last year CCE. And I'm very happy that when I first heard about the award, honestly did not think much about the recognition. Like many trainers, my focus was always on the learners, their growth, and their confidence, and the impact they create back to the work. So receiving the award came as a little bit of a happy moment for me, a very meaningful one. It felt like a moment to pause and reflect on the journey, on the sessions delivered, and the challenges faced, and the continuous learning that comes with the trainer. See, in life you require, you all of you have the know-how, I think we also need a show how to the extent, because we should know the content and the container more matters a lot. A lot of people have the container. We know that we have the know-how, but we do not project ourselves to show how, because well, I'm not telling that we need to do the tom-tom and flatter ourselves, but I think we should need to showcase our ability and capability so that what positive impact we can make on society. I think the CCE award to me as a corporate trainer last year has made it possible for me, because you come with not only the know-how, also there's somebody who's certifying, oh, this person has contributed back, and an institution like CCE is doing this, and it adds a tremendous amount of value. I think there are some entry barriers in the education system. We have been teaching in all schools. You tell, oh, we know we have been teaching all along. What is this? What is this teachership and leadership is going to do kind of situation. So, but I think when you have this, when you go with your proposal, go with your thing, this is what is the scope approach, this is going to be the outcome. And with the certification and an award from CCE adds a tremendous amount of value. Oh, somebody from outside India also recognizes, and especially from the Finnish education model, which is very, very good. So the impact, what professionally gave me a very strong sense of validation. It reinforced that the effort we put in designing the relevant, human-centered, and the practical training, learning experience really matters. It also pushed me to raise my own standards. I think it's like an inner drive. It comes to me kind of situation. More than what I expect from others, I expect myself from more. I think it's an inner drive which comes to me. I need to deliver excellence all the time. It's not one time. To be more intentional, more reflective, and more curious about how learning truly translates into performance and behavior change. And between the first 3 years back when they started designing this program and delivering the content today, that means it's more to fourth year it's going to be. I think even the content of my program has changed. I'll bring in a lot of learning from the Finland education, especially interacting with those people. This is an excellent forum to be with, not only just the symposium, the people. I think when you interact with the people from various parts of life, I think their life experience you exchange. I think that's the best part of learning. I don't think any Google or any internet can give that. And if I can sit with you, each of you, for 2, 3 hours, I am sure there will be something I will learn from each one of you. And I think life has been the best teacher. At each one of our life experience is very, very different. I think that's what really contributed to me. And one of the biggest takeaways for me was realizing the impactful training is never a solo effort. It is shaped by participants, peers, clients, communities like CCE Finland that value quality and continual improvement. And I'm sure they're all upscaling all the time. I see, I keep following them and upscaling a lot of things. I have interactions with both Shirin and Hiram wherever is possible. And some of the participants we are in touch with each other continuously, we exchange. The award did not feel like a finish line. It felt more like an encouragement to keep evolving. I think I can assure you that. I'm thankful to CCE Finland, and especially to Heram and Shireen for everyone involved in the process. I'm excited to continue contributing and learning and sharing with this community. And I'm sure, in case you happen to be there, I'm sure all of you are trying to see whether you can attend the symposium in May. Please make sure that either you nominate or you nominate your colleagues who are very good in terms of a content, in terms of academics, in terms of their learning curve, whatever it is. This only validates and gives to them a certification from outside and appreciation. Probably it adds more value and more visibility to you. Thank you very much, Shireen, and convey my thanks to Heram. And it was a wonderful experience. I wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much, sir. It was very heartening to listen to your speech, and thanks for always encouraging us and our team in Finland. And now I would like to call upon Simi. So, Simi, you are welcome. But just before she starts, I would like to show one slide, and then Simi, you can go next.
Oh, no, sure.
So as Mr. Ramki was explaining about how we are actually honoring the excellence in education. So these three eminent people were last year whom we kind of like they did not nominate themselves or something, but we honored them. So one of them was Professor Pekka Nettanmäki. So CCE honored him for his exemplary work in the mathematics education. And then Professor Heikki Lytinen, so we honored him for his foundational work in the field of literacy. And then we honored a trust called Lokasadhana, and they have done a humongous work for the tribal children and the children who never got any exposure to education for many generations. So that we, like, our jury decided that we will confer these awards on these three eminent people. So if you think that you know any such kind of people, then also you can write to us and let us know from your respective countries so that we can reach to them. But Simi, now the floor is all yours. Please go ahead and explain our participants about the award categories and how what are the evaluation criteria or something like that. I think they are very patiently waiting for that. So please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shireen and Mr. Ramki. Always a pleasure. It just seems like yesterday I was following you, and you were going from one classroom to other to make sure that you get the best of the sessions that were happening in the 12th Symposium. So I really appreciate your energy. And you put it so nicely for the audience, because one of the questions that I get always is, should I nominate myself? And how can I tell how I'm doing all of this work? And my simple answer is that if you do not highlight your work as an educator, who will? Right? So that would be my starting point. Hello, everyone. I am Simi Balani and Chief Operating Officer and Pedagogical Expert with CCE Finland. And what a pleasure to talk about CCE Awards. Why is the CCE Awards different than the entire awards arena that we are now seeing in Southeast Asia? One of the things that makes it very remarkable is that we are proud to be a creative organization, and we want to honor the creativity, the innovation, the real innovation that you are doing in the classrooms. So one of the great things that Dr. Shireen showed us before I came on was the honorary award that we gave, because it was for the work that has outshined and been there globally that we wanted to award. So if you are a teacher, just a teacher, and you're doing some amazing work with the student pedagogy, student agency, this is your platform to shine. If you are a principal who has been in tenure, I hear from so many principals that I've been doing this for 25 years or 20 years, and I'm like, please talk to us about your work. So it is just not the award. Please remember, this award is the mecca of the education in the world, which is Finland. And you're coming there, you're witnessing this whole magic in action and receiving your award. So all I want to say before I share the categories or the other things that go along with is that please don't be shy in showcasing your work. Yeah. Now we have tried as a team and as jury to come up with the best categories. But I want to say one thing here. We are proud to be a research-based creative organization. If there is something which is very niche that you are doing, and if you do not see that particular line of an award, I still implore you to please talk to us, because what we are interested is in your ground impact, whichever part of the world that you are. So maybe this seems like a motivational push, but it really is. I want you all to just grab a pen and paper, write a small paragraph. That's all we need to know. We are famous for not having lengthy forms. All we want to know is your profile. If it is on LinkedIn, best. And just a kind of a snapshot of your case study of how and what that you're doing and what has led you to that achievement, whatever sense of achievement. Sometimes we do not give ourselves the credit of the work that we are doing. So that's why it is CCE Finland Awards. And we waited for 12 years to grow as a research-based organization before we said, okay, now let's honor the work that is being done by passionate educators around the world. So what I'm going to do at this stage is just take you through the page. My colleagues will share this link for you to see how you can go ahead and explore this page. I hope this is visible. So this is the beautiful evening, and we proudly named it our own Oscars of Education Award. And you can see a lot of happy faces here. So this is after the awards were announced. So this has an era of Lifetime Achievement Awards. Now, Lifetime Achievement Awards is not that you're ending or kind of retiring from your education career, but it's more of honoring your lifetime of making a difference in education. And then we also have creative schools, creative educators, best preschool, best career counseling, best in SCL, and so on and so forth. So this is just a glimpse of that evening, and it is so nostalgic. So here, when you go, you just get a kind of a brief of what our Excellence Award is all about. We have these categories of individual. You as an individual can apply. If you're a principal and you want to apply for your school, that's also fine. And as an institution. Now, let me be very specific what I mean by institution. So you could be an edtech startup. You could be as simple as having this innovative toy that you want to bring to the education field, which is going to enhance the play-based learning. You're still eligible to apply for these awards. And then we have numerous other categories that you can apply if you're in this education field. So one thing that I would like to point out here is that these awards are strictly for people who are going to be with us in this symposium. These are not a virtual award. We want you to be there. We want you to talk about your achievement. And that's just going to be one bit that we want to see you in Finland and be with us for this evening. So now these are the award nominations for CCE members and non-members. And as I said, we want to know your story. If you are someone who is very busy and even this form is a little too much for you, very simple, just write to us on info@CCE Finland. It is as simple as it gets. All right. And these are the categories for individual. Like even if you are somebody who is a passionate home tutor or you're making a difference in those categories, we want to hear from you, whether it is science, whether it is history, or whatever your passion is. So we have teacher facilitator award. We also have special education award, special education needs teaching award. And of course, how can I forget Principal of the Year, Creative Principal of the Year? So now what does the jury want to see? They want to hear your story. As simple as that. Like almost like a little bit of an elongated elevator pitch of how you have been pioneering creative education, innovative pedagogy in your respective field. Then for institution, we highly encourage preschools to apply for it, because I know there are a lot of preschools across the globe which are doing play-based learning, innovative learnings in their schools. We are also very welcoming of sports-based organizations, career counseling, social emotional learning organizations or individuals. And then, of course, STEM is the talk of the town, so we want to know if you're just doing publishing or student books which makes them interested, we want to hear from you. Then, of course, we are in the era of AI, and that's what our team. So, if you're an edtech who is promoting AI in schools in your country, we want to see your work and we want to honor it. And as Dr. Shireen said, we have lifetime achievement awards, we have honorary awards, and few things that stand out and which is very common is Creative School Awards, Creative Principal Award, and Creative Educator Award. We just want to hear your passionate story of what is the creativity that you're doing in your schools. So this is going to happen on 7th May, and we look forward to celebrate this with you in person. And you could join us for just 2 days conference, or you could join us for the whole tour, because if this is your first time in Finland, I highly recommend that you go to schools, see how it is in real happening, and then be with this whole global network, this cohort, and then come to 2 days of conference. So you have both the options open. This should not restrict you from applying for awards, because if you are somebody who has very limited time, you could still come for the day of the symposium when the awards is happening. And it's pretty simple. You can nominate here. And as I said, if you're still very busy, you can still write to us on info. And then I would really, really recommend that you see our awardees from the last year, from Malaysia, from India, from Finland. And of course, here we were honored to give a Lifetime Achievement Award to the head of Ryan Group of Institutions in India. And then also people working very passionately with Indian government and Malaysian governments. So you can see all of that. So yeah, you can see the excitement here, and I really hope that this encourages you to tell your story and our jury to listen to it and take it forward. So thank you so much, and I hope that you will write to us, and we see you at the award function. Thank you so much. Back to you, Dr. Shiri.
Thank you, Simi. Thank you so much. And my colleagues will be putting the links again in the Zoom chat for your reference, that you can go directly to the page and see, because we have lots of categories, more than 30 categories for these awards. So of course we cannot explain everything in the webinar, but you can go to the page yourself and then you can read through those categories and then see which suits you the best. And as we already said and mentioned on our page of awards also, that about the award nomination fees, which is a practical part of it. But if you think you want to have a talk with us, then we have the option of like booking a call with Simi, and then she will guide you further what to do. So this brings me like to the sharing my screen once more, and you can do this, take a screenshot if you want of this. We have the QR codes here for the CCE award form and the 13th symposium. Just about the first 3 days of the 13th symposium, which we did not discuss much in this webinar because we had another separate webinar for the same, but just for the benefit of the audience that we have today. So 13th Symposium is our mega event of the year, and the first 3 days, as Simi mentioned, we take you through the Finnish education system, and you see the kindergarten, the basic education, which is from grade 1 to 9, and the high school, which is from grade 10 to 12. We often get the questions like, there are people from universities who are joining us. Most of them are from teacher education background. So of course, we organize the workshops and lectures for all of you for various kinds of topics to address your needs also as researchers and as university lecturers. And so far we have received many researchers and university lecturers who enjoyed these first 3 days also. And I can guarantee that when you come for these 3 days also, you would love that experience and you will cherish that learning later on also. So you are all invited to visit our page, write to us, book the calls with my team members, and we are here to guide you and help you. So I think you must have already scanned these QR codes. And now that bring me to this last glimpses, the photos that you can see that how vibrant we all are looking in these photos and how happy the participants are looking. So a warm thank you to all the one who participated in the 12th symposium, and we are looking forward to host you in the 13th symposium in Finland. So I will stop sharing now, and this is our time for question and answer. We have about, like, maybe can take a couple of questions, and then if you cannot ask your question here, of course you can always write to us and we will come back to you. But I think I was going through the chat and I saw there was some comment or some questions also. Let me go through that. Okay, so there is a comment by Vijaya, and Vijaya is saying that she's from Malaysia. I am interested in the Finnish education system and would like to understand how it can contribute to improving the current academic system and addressing the challenges of the contemporary world. Yes, exactly, that's what we do. So we help the organizations and academies and universities in changing the way they are doing the education now. Just in last November 2025, we hosted a delegation from a college in US, in Michigan, and we are now working with them in making the changes in the delivery of education in their college. And so we are doing in various countries, many countries with different organizations, government bodies, like for example Ministry of Education of various countries. We have been working with the Ministry of Education from Bahrain, from Nigeria, from India, from different states in United States also. So we have been doing that, and we are happy to do it for you also, Vijaya, in Malaysia. And thank you, Eamon, for joining this webinar today. We received your abstract, and you already must have received the acceptance also. So Eamon is asking, what may I ask whether the nominating process has a deadline? So of course it has a deadline. Currently we put it for 1st February 2026, but we understood that people are still getting to know about CCE awards, so we have pushed the deadline more, and currently we are keeping it like to the end of February, 28th of February. My colleague has already must have mentioned to you that we are extending it. So we are extending it by 1 month. So you have enough time. So don't lose this opportunity and kindly fill in the nomination form. And okay, I'm getting, there is one message from Nur Hayatul Nira. I'm interested in joining as a presenter. May I know if late abstract submissions are still accepted? Thank you. The abstract submission deadline is still open. It is open until 15th of February. So please fill in the form and submit your abstract. Wonderful. Thank you, people, for being interactive. Thank you, Asia, for your comment. And we are looking forward to host you here in Finland. So thank you so much for joining us. And great. So
thank you very much. Me too. Thank you very much. It was very pleasure to meet with you, and I'm so happy to be here, to be present in this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's our pleasure to host you, and thank you so much for joining us today evening. Especially it's a Friday evening. People have plans for the weekends, but everybody of you who joined us here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
See me too in Sayoya.
Sayoya.
Where is she?
There, she's there. So thank you so much. It's very heartening to see everybody still there and almost investing 1 hour of your time. And I always like to count it in the as a measurement of person hours. So I'm getting so many person hours today here, like approximately 20 person hours is a big thing. So really glad. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thanks to all of you who have joined us from YouTube and Facebook and all our social media channels. And we are here to answer your questions. Do not hesitate to contact us. Do not make the decision in haste that no, this is not for me. You never know what is on your way. So please write to us. Please we have these channels of contacting us, so please go through our page. You can WhatsApp us, you can send an email, you can book a meeting, so that we can communicate and we can always help you and guide you. And it will be our pleasure if you nominate yourself for the awards, and we are here to honor the excellence. So keep in mind that. And maybe then, if there are no further questions, I can see happy faces already, and I can see the smile on the on your face. So thank you so much. Sayoa wants to add a pinch of salt. Yes, Sayoa.
Yes. First of all, thank you everybody for joining today. And then I didn't want to interrupt you, but I wanted to answer to Bayaya. So I did write, I'm not sure if Bayaya is here still, but I wrote a message and a comment in her question. So she gets my answer also. And thank you everybody.
Yeah, I got a message here from Xiaomi phone. I mean, they have not written their name, but the comment is like, I'm from Pakistan. I'm computer science lecturer in government college and want to make improvement. Have studied about Finland education, which brought me on here. Very wonderful. Thanks for joining us so much. So I guess now we can sign off for the day, as we have received the comments and everybody joined us tonight. So thank you everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you again in the next webinar.